Welcome to another episode of your favorite libertarian. Today we're going to be talking about my Glock 19. So this is my Glock 19. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Alright, if you like it, make sure to smash that like button, blah blah blah. Just kidding, but seriously, this is my Glock 19. You're going to be getting some bonus footage here besides the Glock 19 that you're going to get to check out of mine. You'll also be able to check out this sweet holster and some accessories, and also get a sneak peek on some videos that are going to be coming out on future mods to my Glock 19. So let's get started with the Glock 19 itself. Whew. Let's do a safety check, and it is dangerous. All right, no longer dangerous though. I'm gonna put this away. While I have it out though, these are Federal HSTs, 147 grain. This is my freedom pill of choice. This is a Gen 4. It is World War II green, so it's not OD green. It's not bazooka green. It is World War II green, and it is Cerakoted off of a black frame from the factory, from Glock. So as you'll see some of the stipple work that I have here, it's revealed the black beneath, which I think looks super cool. But this I actually bought used, and it didn't look like this at all. It was exactly stock. This was still this color, was still the World War II green, but stock sights, everything else was stock. So the first thing that I did when I purchased this was I changed the sights, because most people are not fans of the Glock sights. These are XS big dot sights. So the way that it works, you have this rear sight here, which is tritium. You can get it tritium or not tritium. Front is tritium, a big white dot, and you essentially put the golf ball on the tee, and that is how you aim. It seems to work really well for fast acquisition and shooting and moving it. But as far as super long range precision shots, it's not as good as that at that. When I took You Suck It's Not the Gun, I actually did really well with it, and the trainer was surprised that I was able to shoot as accurately as I did with this dot. So you can make it work, but it's more for, it's kind of, I would say, the red dot of iron sights, if that makes sense. So the other thing that I liked about these sights was that in order to install them, you don't need a pushing tool or anything. There's two little holes here and little screws that expand the rear sight into this channel. So that, along with the adhesive or the Loctite type material that they give you with this set, it sets this in place, and this doesn't go anywhere. I can rack this off of, I can rack my belt with this rear sight, and it's not going anywhere. And then the front sight is similar to any other front sight that you would install. You've got a screw that goes through the underside of the slide, and you screw it in, and that comes with that type of Loctite material. So that's how those sights install. I like them. If you're going to be running irons and you want that fast acquisition, these are great. That was the first thing I did. The second thing I did, and this is all not right away, this was kind of down the road, years and years, but the next thing I did was I installed this Apex trigger. I was turned on to these Apex triggers by a neighbor of mine who has them in pretty much all of his handguns. And this is a flat face trigger. As far as the internals go, it's all Gen 3 Glock internals that are polished, so you're not sacrificing any reliability. If anything, you're gaining it over the Gen 4 internals, and you're getting a really nice flat trigger, and you're also getting a nice wall. Safe direction, by the way. A nice wall, so I can find that every time really easily. And then see if I can position this in a safe way that also you can see. So there's the wall, there's your take up, there's the break, and then give you a reset here. there's reset. So you can shoot this really fast, and yeah, it's great. I really like the trigger. They're not super expensive. They're really nice. I recommend them. All right, so as far as the stipple work, you might have noticed that. This is done by a company out of Kego Harbor, and they are JM Custom Grips. They were previously in Waterford, have since moved to Kego Harbor. They do great work. This is their Pebble stipple pattern, so bigger stipples here. And you can see that it's super clean work. I was a little worried that it says it on the website too, but I was still, it's the first time I had ever had someone stipple my handgun before. And once you stipple, you can't really go back. But I was worried that this was going to be like a cheese grater and it was going to just tear up my skin. It doesn't do that at all. It's actually really smooth until you grip it, and then it doesn't move at all, and it still doesn't tear your hand up, which is great. I also had them remove the the finger grooves, because I despise those. My hands are too big to where they don't fit specifically right in those finger grooves, so they're kind of like in between or on top of them or whatever. It's not fun. I also had them do underneath the trigger guard, and like I said before, because it's black underneath, which is cool. I really like that. This feels really good. I can get really high up on it. I can actually get all my fingers on, which is great. And it's super grippy, which is awesome. They even called me beforehand and said, hey, just so you know, this is going to be black underneath if we do this because of the model and the year and all that stuff. So they know their stuff. They know which frames are actually the same color all the way through, and they know which ones have been Cerakoted by the factory and are going to be black underneath. So that was really nice, and I really like the two-tone look. I think it looks awesome, and it's functional. Everything that I've done to this has not gotten rid of any reliability, and it's made it more functional, from the sights to the grips to the trigger. And that's all I've done to the Glock 19 itself. I will in the future be doing a few things. I will be having this slide cut probably by what is their name? Black Phoenix Customs LLC. They're going to be doing the nose, so they kind of cut the nose down so it's easier to holster and reholster, all that jazz. And then I'm going to have them do an RMR cut, and I think that's it. I'm not going to mess with they do all sorts of stuff, like you can get all the stuff cut out and have windows and a bunch of other packages, but I just want this cut so I can put an RMR, or for me, I'm going to put a 508T V2 from Holosun on it. And then I'm going to have them switch out the these for Ameriglo GL something. It's basically their all black suppressor height sights, so they'll co-witness with the red dot, but they won't get in the way. There won't be any tritium or anything to confuse my eyeballs. So that's going to be done to this, and then the only other thing really that I'm going to be doing to it is putting this on it, which is the TLR1 HL. So this is the 1000 lumen streamlight. Super bright, just insanely bright. It's the face of the sun bright. I'm going to put this on it because I'm going to be running this handgun in my low light handgun class coming up through MDFI. And I've also ordered a holster for it from Safariland, so it's able to hold this light, and it's also for an RMR, which will be groovy because the way that it actually attaches as far as like the retention or the locking mechanism, it attaches right here. So even without the light, I can run it without the light, I can run it without the red dot, and wait for those things. And then once I have them, I can still use that same holster. So I'll probably just be using that for my out the waistband holster for all my different gear, and I just have the quick release forks, and I'll just be switching them from rig to rig with what I'm running, which will be cool. So yeah, I'll be adding that, and I'll have a red dot, and this will be all fancy and cut up and be super cool. But I'm excited for that stuff. I should have the slide work done, and we'll have a review on that once I get it back, and that'll be before hopefully my first pistol class in 2021, which will be foundation handgun. But if not, I might have to run it with my pocket pistol, so that'll be fun too. As far as the holster that I have in this current configuration, and it'll even work with the RMR and the suppressor height sights, is my, doesn't work with this light, will be my Tier 1 concealed holster. This is the Access Slim. I really like it for a few reasons. One is that I can have an extra mag on me when I appendix carry. I also really like that there's this stretchy bungee material, so it bends with your body as you're sitting down, bending over, all that stuff. It's really important because appendix carry is not the most comfortable way to carry, but it is the fastest and works the best for me and my body type. I'm pretty skinny, so having it on my side, it would just stick out like a anvil or something, or a tumor, I don't know, something that sticks out. For me, I did not like the claw. So it comes with the claw right here that's supposed to push things in on the side, but it ends up just digging into me for whatever reason. So I always ditch that for these style holsters. It's multicam black on the front. It took a while to be able to get this multicam black. They're always out. It has these belt clips here that are adjustable, so you can adjust the height of these. You can adjust the cant, and yeah, they're belt clips. Check it out. On the back here, it's OD green, so you can pick whatever colors you want. You can determine how long deep you want this channel for the magazine and what length the sweat guard will be. This is full length of the sweat guard for me that I chose, and I also chose to have this be full length sweat guard for the magazine. This is a standard capacity magazine for the Glock 19. You can tell them if you want, if you're going to be running like a 17 round magazine, or something with extra base plates on here, and they'll adjust the ride height of this so that it's flush with the top of your slide, or the rear of your slide. So that's cool. I have this wedge. This is a medium wedge that they sell on their website, and it's just foam with a smooth backing, but I cut this down because it was too big for me and I didn't feel like ordering the small. So I just cut it down and put some white duct tape on it. And so yeah, now I got my redneck holster. It's all set, good to go. So yeah, that's the holster. I really like it. Tier1Concealed is the company that makes these, and they do really good work. I have another holster from them that's outside the waistband holster. That's more of a tactical run and gun holster, which I will probably replace that when I get that Safariland. And yeah, that'll be replacing that, but this isn't getting replaced. This I can still use if I'm not running a light, which for appendix carry I just can't run a light. It just digs into things. So for me, appendix carry, even with suppressor height night sights, you can see the sight channel in here is pretty ample. So I'm not going to have any problem with that front sight. I can still run it with suppressor height night sights, and I can still run it with red dot because I have a lot of room right here. That's going to do it for this video though. If you have any questions about my Glock 19, or if you'd like to see any other particular weapon systems in reviews, if you like these these weapon reviews. I'll do more of them. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Be sure to like, favorite, share, and subscribe if you want to see more freedomy things. And as always, stay free and God bless.